100127, declaring the 13th day of February 2010 is LWV Making Democracy Work Day in honor of the League of Women's Voter 90th anniversary. Peg Prendergast is here to receive the resolution along with others.
Councilmember Marcuson.
Yes, thank you. Before I congratulate the League of Women Voters, I want to apologize for my colleagues. My aide, Susan Borges, on medical leave, so I didn't have the opportunity to ask for co-sponsorships. So I'm sure that all my colleagues join me. We all join in sponsoring this resolution. So thank you. And Susan, I hope you're doing well at home. So back to you. 90 years ago, some wonderful things were happening in Kansas City. We had the Veterans of Foreign Wars and the League of Women Voters. Congratulations on today being 90 years of making democracy work. I think all of us who have been involved in the political process have been a part of how you make democracy work. When the presidential candidates were looking for a forum where they knew they'd get a fair forum and the politics would stay out of it as much as possible, they looked to the League of Women Voters. Those of us who have a political agenda sometimes get frustrated by the nonpartisanship of the League of Women Voters, but we appreciate that you have held constant in your commitment to fairness, to nonpartisanship, to informing the voters of the issues, about the candidates, about people's record. You've helped people get registered to vote. You've helped them find their way to the voting booth. And you've helped make our democracy work as well as it can. And we appreciate everything you do. So we thank you for 90 years of service and for making our democracy work. So I applaud you, and thanks for your service.
Thank you. Councilmember Jolly.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. I, too, join my colleague in recognizing the League of Women Voters and thanking you for all of your hard work throughout the years. It is on your shoulders that many of us stand, and we're here today because of the work that the League does. Regardless of partisanship, we know that you stand for fair, balanced, impartial involvement in the political process. And the fact that you're the League of Women Voters certainly has helped advance women in the political and government arena. And so we say thank you. And I'd also ask, Madam Clerk, if you would please add my name as a co-sponsor. Thank you.
Councilmember Gottstein.
I'll yield to Councilwoman Circo.
Councilwoman Circo.
Also add my name as a sponsor. I, too, want to just stress that it's never been more important to have the League of Women Voters with their quality of fairness and making sure that the issues are seen in a balanced view with the facts and that the candidates are seen in the same way. We've seen to get into a era of taglines and not digging down into the issues. Campaigns are easy to put a slogan around, and understanding what is really happening and who you're voting for is so important, and you give the public a forum to have that. I don't think I was more nervous at all my first election as I was the first time I sat in front of the League of Women Voters, but it was quality, and it forced me to not have an opportunity to throw out taglines, to throw out exactly what I thought in the direction that I wanted to go in, and that is sorely needed in the arena that we're working in now, and I appreciate all you're doing, and keep up the good work. Thank you.
Councilwoman Gottstein.
Thank you. What many folks may not realize is that the League of Women Voters was established to help women get the right to vote. So less than 100 years ago, we did not have the right to vote, Councilman Skaggs. In fact, we did not.
You remember that, right, Bill?
I can remember that far back.
Let's go back to that. So less than 100 years ago, we did not have the right to vote. And here we sit because of the Simmies, because of the Sues, because of the Sally Trainins of the world, because of the League of Women Voters, we have a female majority council. And I just want to thank you for all you do. You all, so many of you have been mentors to me, and the League of Women Voters, I think we forget sometimes how precious that vote is. And to think that our right to vote is less than 100 years old is all the more clear when we realize that we're celebrating less than a century of the League of Women Voters today. So congratulations and thank you for all you do.
Councilmember Ford.
Thank you, Mayor. I just wanted to echo that I appreciate not only your involvement in national elections, but also that you care enough that there's always a forum for city council candidates, and I know I've participated in at least 4 of them over the years. So thank you for doing that also.
Councilmember Curls.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. I, too, would like to congratulate the organization League of Women Voters. You have a rich history, and I, as a minority, know that African Americans couldn't vote, and the League of Women Voters kind of paved the way, and we knew we could hang in there. You guys did. Your organization did. So we need organizations such as yours to bring forth the message and to keep us focused. So we certainly appreciate your tenacity. Thank you.
Councilmember Herman.
Thank you, Mayor. I would also like to rise to join and say thank you. You were trailblazers. Your organization certainly blazed trails for all of us, not only to vote, but to hold public office. Again, thank you. Thank you for your work and your sacrifice.
The League of Women Voters has been, for as long as I can remember, been synonymous with good government. Whenever people begin to list good government groups, they generally start with the League of Women Voters. I want to join with my council colleagues in congratulating you and in thanking you for all the work that you've done over the years. The resolution is before the council. Would all in favor say aye?
Aye.
All opposed? The resolution is adopted.
Thank you, Mayor, City Council. As president, the current president of the League of Women Voters, I certainly wasn't around 90 years ago, but I know the women that were very instrumental in not only, as you said, in national government, but certainly in Kansas City government. I had an opportunity researching the history of the League of Women Voters, went to the archives in the last several months, and the rich history of the activities that these women were involved in Kansas City government was just astounding. So you can be assured that although that we are strictly nonpartisan, we've always been political in advocating to affect change at the local, state, and national level. And as we enter into the organization's 90th year, the League will be here doing what it has actively been doing more than 9 decades, discussing those important issues, asking the difficult questions, and asking for accountability from our government. I thank you, the City Council, Mayor, for recognizing the women that have gone before all of us.
The clerk